Hi, I'm John Stewart Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List, and I'm here with Mike Riley of Mr. Handyman of Keller, Flower Mound, and Alliance. How's it going, Mike?
It's going very well,
Thank you so much,
John.
man, for
Thank
coming
you for
in.
this opportunity.
You
I
bet.
appreciate it.
We've had a really good conversation today. We brought Mike back on in 2016. So he's been with us 4 years, and man, Handyman is one of those headings that you get a lot of work. I mean,
Yes.
Probably more work than any other heading in our list, and we've just never had a complaint about you, not once.
I'm very glad to hear that, and we strive to do the best service we can and be the most professional handyman service that's available out there.
Well, we've certainly loved having you, and we know that we just don't have to worry about anything if you get a job from us. So, but yeah, we just have had just an awesome conversation, and Mike's background comes from managing some very large corporate things. He was in the airline business and
Yes,
in the fueling, and for major airlines and major gas and oil companies, BP being one of them. And
Yes.
and you just got tired of corporate. And tell me about that.
Well, I just saw, I was with Eastern, and then I went over to United. Eastern went bankrupt, which most people know. And I saw some of the same signs for United in the way their operation was going, the way management was going. And I had an opportunity in Dulles, Virginia, to take over the fueling operation there. And after a year and a half there, I was offered a position at DFW Airport for the fueling operation, and I took that. And then after almost a year and a half, the airline started running into a little bit more financial issues and problems, and BP decided they weren't going to stay in the U.S. commercial aviation fueling.
And so, what made you choose the Mr. Handyman franchise? Why that of all the kinds of handyman things that were out there, and a handyman, really, what made you pick being a handyman in general?
Well, it's funny you ask that, because when I decided to do this, my wife thought I was nuts, and she was not interested in owning a business.
What?
So we looked, or I looked at just about every franchise that's out there, ice cream to sandwiches to pizza, and I was trying to find something that would not be totally driven by the economy. And if I looked at it that businesses and residences are always going to have to be maintained. So I thought that was a safe business to buy into. And Mr. Handyman is a franchise, and we went through the due diligence with Mr. Handyman. I went through their approval process, and I made my decision to go with Mr. Handyman because I really feel they're very, very professional and top-notch.
Yeah, that whole franchise, really, I'm impressed that they have all these different Misters, Mr. Handyman, Mr. Electric, and they're very picky about who they select to represent their brand. But I can tell you that not every person who's in a franchise runs it like it's their own business. I mean, and if you look online, and this is one of the things that I found that was most impressive about you guys, is really your reviews are spotless. I mean, you might have a couple, there's no way that you can be a contractor and not have a couple of issues here and there.
True.
You've always responded to them. Everything's responded to and taken care of. But, I mean, you have stellar reviews. What do you think is the reason you're able to keep such a high level number on your reviews?
In my opinion, a lot of it has to do with communications and planning. Our goal, we have our own customer service representative. Our goal is to talk the customer's project from beginning to end, starting out with the customer service agent, and then try and book the job. Most of the jobs we do, we can estimate over the phone, and a lot of it, frankly, is drywall repair, and drywall repair is drywall repair. So we do a lot of that type of work. I believe communications in general is why we have the good reviews we have.
Right.
We address nearly every review we get, good or bad, And frankly, if we get a bad review, we want to talk to the customer because we either didn't follow a procedure right or we didn't meet the customer's expectation. We want to know why. And we also want the customer to give us another try and let us show them and prove to them that we are professional and that we are the best, one of the best handyman services out there.
Well, and I'll tell you, a lot of handymen and a lot of people, construction people in general, will come to your house. They're going to try to get done with their job, get out, and leave it alone. If you have things that you're not happy about, lot of us, I'm kind of one of those people too. It's like, well, you know, that could get fixed, but yeah, I'm just going to leave it go. I'm going to let it go, you know, and I'm not going to complain. What these guys do, I think that also helps with your reviews, is they do this survey. After every single job, you're going to get a survey saying, where, you know, how do we do here? How do we do here? How do we do here? And if you give them less than a 10, they're on the phone with you and they're trying to figure out how did we fall short and what could we have done better, right? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's managed by a third party company. It's not coming from Mr. Handyman or Mr. Handyman franchise. It's coming from a third party. They send out a email questionnaire and it's sent back in, and we address try and address every one of them that come in, good or bad.
Yeah, that's called accountability, and that's one of the reasons we like them, because, you know, if we have a problem at the Good Contractors list, we hold the contractor accountable to that. You know, for 4 years, we've never had one time that we've ever had to address accountability with these guys because they've already got all the things in place to protect the homeowner.
Well, thank you, John. We do try with every customer that we speak to make sure that they are comfortable with us. They know what they're getting. They know who is coming into their house. And we want our customers to have a comfort level, and when we walk out, we want them to feel really good about what we've done and think about us the next time they need help.
Yep. We love Mr. Handyman of Keller, Flower Mound, and Alliance. Y'all have done a great job. Thank you so much for being a part of our team. Go ahead and give the website so that people know where to find you.
The website is www.mrhandyman.com/Keller-Flower-Mound-Alliance.
And if that's too long, you can always find them on the goodcontractorslist.com.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mike, thank you so much again.
Thank you, John.
We sure appreciate you being part of the team.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
All right.
If the job's not right, we'll get it fixed. Only at the Good Contractors list.